There's a domestic dispute. The mother advised that her daughter was upset because she wouldn't give her money for a phone bill. Mom said no. The defendant got irate and threatened to stab her in the face with a knife. The mother barricaded herself in the room with her other children. The defendant tried to force her way into the bedroom and then stopped and moved outside and started kicking the bedroom window and broke the glass. The basis for the terroristic threats, Your Honor, is threatening to stab her mother. And then the police also spoke to the defendant's 15-year-old sister, who stated that the defendant said, "I'm finna stab y'all asses."
Next is position number 4. Is Miss Dobie.
Right, from what I understand, this is, where is Janaea Dobie?
Medical.
Oh, that is okay. Thank you. Thank you, Deputy. This is Janaea Dobie at the Zoom panel identified as medical, case number 24CR6470J. Ms. Dobie, this will be her first arrest, and the charges currently brought against her are criminal trespass causing damage to property, terroristic threats and acts, and, well, 2 counts of terroristic threats and acts. Ms. Dobie, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Would that be you as well, Ms. St. Flex?
Yes, Your Honor.
Some reason I still don't see the chat from you, so you just let me know which cases need to go into breakout. Is this one of them?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Can the court hear me? I placed it in the chat, but
it's not there.
Okay. I'll copy and paste it.
All right. So, Ms. Desiano, what's the recommendation for Ms. Janaea? First arrest.
Your Honor, state's recommending signature bond through pretrial, no further violent contact with the victims, anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol. And if you could sound for Ms. Horton at the appropriate time, that's the defendant's mother. This is an incident that happened on the 13th at her residence. There's a domestic dispute. The mother advised that her daughter was upset because she wouldn't give her money for a phone bill. Mom said no. The defendant got irate and threatened to stab her in the face with a knife. The mother barricaded herself in the room with her other children. The defendant tried to force her way into the bedroom and then stopped and moved outside and started kicking the bedroom window and broke the glass. The basis for the terroristic threats, Your Honor, is threatening to stab her mother. And then the police also spoke to the defendant's 15-year-old sister, who stated that the defendant said, "I'm finna stab y'all asses," when she was in the bedroom with her.
Ms. Janelle Horton, if you'd like to unmute, would you like to contribute to the proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so Janaea is underage. I mean, she's not 18. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. She would need an adult co-signer. Would you be willing to co-sign the bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a radio going on or a TV?
I just got off of work. So
Okay.
I put my headphones in.
Okay. And can you tell me about contact given the circumstances of this case? I mean, how do you feel about having contact or having her back home with you?
I'm fine with her coming back home. All I was asking is somebody could get us some help because she has a problem with dealing with her emotions.
Okay. And has she ever been evaluated?
No, she got evaluated once, like 2 years ago, but
okay. I don't know the results, but I just wanted to know whether it happened. All right. Anything else?
No, ma'am. I just want her to get back to, I want her to be able to go to school and get her baby. She has a 1.5-year-old as well.
And where is this child?
He's with his father right this second. I sent him yesterday because I had to come to work.
All right.
And Glad for the record that we have been in touch with Miss Horton today. She did state that she wanted contact. She's not afraid of her, but did want some support with her anger issues. And that's why the state's requesting anger awareness courses.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to help, but let's see. Ms. St. Flex, anything else to add?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just add that I did speak with Ms. Horton this morning. She does believe that it is part of postpartum of what her daughter is going through. She stated that she recognized the signs, and this started after she had her child. Additionally, she lives in a different room than her brothers and sister and her mother. And she did state to me, as she stated this morning, that she's not in fear. She is in school. She's at the At Promise Center, which allows her to double up on her schoolwork because after she had her child, she had to take some time off and she got behind. And so, from the conversation I've had with her mother, she is keeping up with her work. She's doing her schoolwork. She doesn't get calls from the school. She helps around the home with the children. And so I would just ask if the court is going to order the awareness class. She is not working right now, and she's not going to be able to afford the classes. Additionally, I don't think adding those classes on top of her schoolwork is going to be beneficial for her. So I would just ask for the 1-day anger class that goes through pre-trial. That is a free class if a class is ordered. But that is all, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. On the criminal trespass causing damage to property, that's going to be $1,500. On each count of the terroristic threats, that's going to be $1,500. A total bond is going to be $4,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. Ms. Doby and Ms. Janelle Horton, you're going to have to co-sign the bond. And is that your correct spelling? JANELLHORTON?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. You would need to come down and put the bond in order for her to be released.
Okay, where do I go to?
You will get the information in the chat.
So the PD's office send them the link. They don't come down anymore to the jail.
All right. You got that, Ms. Horton?
Yes.
All right. Please mute your screen. Ms. Janea Doby, your bond is $4,500. That's a signature bond, and you will report to pretrial services twice a month. You'll be required to report twice a month to make sure that you comply with your conditions as well as to avoid any future incidences with the law. While you are out on a release bond, you are to have no further violent contact with Janelle Horton, as well as all the other occupants and victims in this case. I don't have the names of the, I'm sorry, Ms. Desiano was Janelle Horton. And what was the name of the other sibling?
The other sibling, Your Honor, is...
Your Honor, I believe they were minors, so...
Just the initials would be fine.
It is... KD.
KD. That's it?
Or is it KH? I'm sorry. Miss Horton, are your daughter's initials KH?
It's AH.
AH.
Oh, sorry, I messed that up.
That's okay. We can't keep everyone's names in our minds at the same time with this many cases. All right. So, so understand, Ms. Doby, no violent contact. That means there cannot be any physical or verbal altercations with AH and Ms. Janelle Horton. If there are any future altercations, physical and or verbal, that get the police involved, you will be arrested again and brought back to jail. But next time your bond will not be a signature bond. It will be $4,500 surety bond or cash bond. While you are reporting to pretrial, you will undergo a MH evaluation within 15 days of being released. And Mr. Howard, we can assign her to an MH pretrial officer, please. And that means you'll need to undergo this MH evaluation with any qualified healthcare provider. You will attend and complete 12 anger management classes, and you must enroll in those classes within the next 120 days. I'm going to give you 120 days to make sure that you clear your schedule. You either get a part-time job or get financing to attend and complete those 12 anger management classes.
If it makes sense.
No consumption of any alcohol, no illegal drugs, and no firearms and weapons. We take these threats very, very seriously, Ms. Dobie, and it may be a misdemeanor, but they're still extremely serious threats against family members. And I want to make sure that you comply with these conditions in order for the safety of your family, as well as to make sure that you get back on the right track. Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor. We could do